Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagire here. So in this video we have this white woman that is in shock and cannot grasp the fact that she was a DEI hire in her position of a male dominated place. And she clearly says that, I was the only woman in the organization, but I believe that I had skills. Same thing, that black people have skills. They even work 3 or 4 times harder than anyone else. But then when it comes to these people, especially white women, because they are the ones that benefit more in everything, she just can't accept that she was part of a program that most of palmed people believed DI meant, hiring black people. But they were the ones that were mostly benefiting as white women. And they are the ones that are actually were hiring people, you know, part of DEI. So it's crazy that even after everybody explaining to her, like, you know what, the reason why you cannot like secure a job right now or anywhere is because the previous job you are in is because you are a DEI hire, and she still does not understand it. She still does not get the fact that she was a part of an association that they associated with black people. Insane guys. Listen to what she has to say and what she's going through, because apparently she's having a mental breakdown. She can't just like believe it. She can't accept she was put down and she's not getting anything because she was a DIIer for 20 years. 20 years. Can you grasp that?
Hey y'all, so you know that I've been in the job market, right? I was up for 2 different jobs last week, and on Monday of this week I found out that I didn't get either one. I was talking to my mom, who is a 60s hippie through and through, and she said DEI, and she kept saying DEI, DEI, and she said, if you don't find something in the next 6 months, you're going to have to move out of Texas and go somewhere where they still believe in DEI. And it didn't dawn on me what she was saying to me. All I could think of in that moment of sheer rejection from 2 different companies, all I could think about was that I was the rejection. I didn't understand what the fuck she was saying. And then my personal trainer and I just worked out, which is why my face is flushed. We do it over Zoom. She lives in Washington. And I said to her, I'm in a male-dominated industry. I'm usually the only woman in the room. And she goes, that's what your mom meant. You're the DEI hire. You were the DEI hire. My mom thinks I didn't get those 2 jobs because men got them. The job before that, the one in Houston, that was from like last month, a dude got that job. I don't know how to feel about this. I always felt like I had skills. I always felt like I had skills, that like I earned my place. Most women in my industry don't make it 20 fucking years like I have. Most women, the most that they make it to is 10 years, and then they bow the fuck out and find something else. And if you don't bow the fuck out after 10 years, the suicide rate of women in my industry jumps through the fucking roof. I thought I had skills. I thought I was outlasting. I thought, you want a dinosaur. We've been through it. We know what's going on. And I don't know why it didn't dawn on me that my whole career, I've just been the DEI hire because they needed to hire a woman. I was the only woman in the room because they needed to hire a woman. I don't know how to feel about this. So my whole career was a lie? Has my whole career been a fucking lie? I really don't know how to feel about this. Bye.
Now, Texas Born 2 got here on this here app and talked about how she just realized that she has been the DEI hire for over 20 years. Her mama tried to tell her, and she thought her mom was just being obtuse and she didn't get it. Her trainer finally broke it down to her once she told the trainer she had been in a male dominated industry. And the trainer said, well, that's what your mom meant when she said DEI. And then she has a light bulb moment. Texas Born 2 has made her account private because she done went viral. I'm talking about she's so viral that it done popped up on my For You page multiple times. And here's what annoys me about people like Texas Born 2. When they go super viral and they don't realize that people are going to be like, well, what the hell did you think you was? Like, because not for nothing, you know, when you watch the video, and if you haven't watched it, you can search Texas Born 2, Am I the DEI Hire? It will come right up because everybody and their mama done stitched it. You can see the light bulb going off, whereas the rest of us who are looking, we're like, girl, the call is coming from inside the house. But when she thinks about DEI, you see that she does not equate herself to DEI. And for years, a lot of people have been trying to sell to a very specific demographic that they are the top beneficiaries from DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the thing that we have had to tell people over and over again is that DEI is beneficial to so many subcategories that people don't even realize. And Texas Born 2 really has an FAFO moment. And baby, when she realized the call is coming from inside the house, she is now rethinking her entire career. Was her entire career a lie? Now, I don't believe her entire career was a lie, right? I do believe that she probably has learned a lot. I do believe that she may have supposed to have been in them rooms, but the first opportunity they got to relieve her of their position, they decided to go with nepotism and the good old boys club, and she has found out.
So I was a DEI hire. I was working for this company that I got hired on after I left the full-time military. And they brought me in, and I had tried to apply to them before, but it didn't work. And this time when I applied, they were actually having an active recruiting session to reach out to veterans. The veterans got preferential treatment to get jobs at this company. It doesn't mean we got hired when we weren't qualified. We got hired for jobs we weren't capable of doing. It means we got hired and were given preferential treatment because we fit a demographic that they serve. This company served veterans primarily. So they wanted to include veterans in their staff a lot to get more of them. So that was a DEI hire, as far as I'm concerned.
The most fascinating thing about this whole situation is the fact that this woman does not show that she's shocked because she cannot secure any other job, or she can't get a job. But the fact that she was part of DEI, it is what is triggering her head. She cannot get it. Like, how come? This is not where I'm supposed to be. And this is the thing that a lot of people voted for Trump because they thought taking things away, like Obamacare, DEI, the welfare that has been going on in the country, that it's going to affect mostly black people. But then it turns out, I've been seeing that it's mostly them that are coming out and crying, like they can't access, healthcare, they can't access things. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you guys wanted these things to be taken away because that's what you wanted. But because they thought it's going to affect mostly that these other groups of people are not them, and now it's in their face, they are literally coming out and, being into reality, like, hey, the person that we voted for does not care about anybody else. Like, we are actually getting fired, we are losing jobs, why are we being laid off? This is insane, this is not what we signed up for. Like, they are regretting every kind of decision. But then in my head, I'm like, are you even guys regretting this because it is happening, or because it's happening to you? Because if it was happening to other groups of people, I'm pretty sure these people would be so quiet. Guys, it's the same thing with the farmers in Nebraska. Okay, they were benefiting a lot, but they still chose to go and vote for Trump, who clearly told them they are going to chase away immigrants, and the migrants are the ones that were working in their farms. But no, they came out crying, asking for help, like, we cannot survive without people, like there's no one working on our farms, like this is not okay, we need people to come, like our fruits are dying, we are losing money. And the same thing when it comes to welfare that they were receiving. Guys, I share those things. It's the same thing that is happening with this woman. She's not pissed that she can't get a job, but because she's part of DEI, which they thought was something that black people benefited a lot from, but in fact, it was majority of white women benefiting from this. But I digress. Let's continue.
Imagine working for years in a male-dominated field to only find out that you are a white woman who was a DEI hire. It's giving shock. It's giving denial. It's giving wait. DEI includes me? Oh, the math is mathing, but it's also giving news. This viral video of a woman who had her career shattered with one conversation with her mother. After getting laid off from a long-time job in a male-dominated industry, this woman kept applying for jobs and kept getting rejected. She called her mom, as most of us would, and her mom simply replied with some backhanded realness, saying, "Sweetie, you were probably a DEI hire." Just imagine, this woman spent years as the only woman in her field, thinking she was exceptional. But suddenly she realized, oh snap, they hired me to hit the diversity quota. I was a DEI hire because hiring a woman got those companies government perks. It's the irony. I'm sure she thought DEI was just for black folks, brown folks, LGBTQ folks, and everybody else, but not white women. But DEI has always included white women. Surely she thought that the E in equity meant everybody else. So now she's confused, sitting in her confusion like, wait, I wasn't special? And listen, she may have been qualified for her job, I'm sure, but she also benefited from DEI because some of us are tokenized and talented, and some of us are just placed. It's giving full circle. It's giving poetic justice. It's giving a good time to ask yourself, are you where you are because of merit, or did your privilege hold your door open for you? It's giving wake-up call. It's giving reflection, but it's also giving news. Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts.
I've just been a DEI hire because they needed to hire a woman.
Before I get to what I'm about to say, I want the original poster to know that you are qualified. You may actually even be overqualified for the positions that you are applying for. However, no matter what political affiliation you have, red or blue, DEI was sold as black people taking away from white folks. We are still early on in the Trump presidency, and I have a feeling in the next few years, a lot of other people are going to find out the same way you did, that they were, in fact, the DEI hire. Everyone has this misguided idea that DEI was just about black people, when actually what DEI is recognizing differences, ensuring fairness, and creating belonging for everybody. It was never just about black people. It was about immigrants, veterans, women, and making sure qualified applicants are not looked over based on their skin color, their sexual orientation, their religion. But because DEI was sold as something that explicitly benefited black people, everyone took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. And now people are going to have to find out the hard way that they were, in fact, also the DEI hire. Let's just hope it isn't too late by the time everyone figures this out. Stay woke.
But also, I'm not coming here to say that she voted for Trump. Maybe she didn't. But then now, with everything that has changed, it's pretty going to be hard for a lot of people to access jobs. And I think it's going to be like pretty tight. Because if you are just hired, probably she had like qualifications, as some people said. And I believe maybe she had qualifications, okay? But now that DI is taken off, like they cut it off in most like organizations, I think it's going to be like pretty hard for a lot of people to be accepted or to get jobs. And for a group of people that have been only benefiting for who they are and how they look like, that is going to be pretty sketchy for them to really get opportunities. Like I see this as an opportunity for black people and other groups of people to really shine, because they are qualified, and I would say even more qualified, because for them they had to put in a lot of time, a lot of education, a lot of effort for them to be accepted. So if DI is taken off and a lot of these people are being laid off as palmed as white people, let me tell you, it's gonna be crazy for them literally to access and secure jobs, because now it's going to be about qualifications. Are you qualified enough? Not just because we want to include you as a woman, not because we want to include you because you are a veteran, not because we want to include you because you have some kind of issues going on. No, it's definitely going to be about skills, and I'm here for it. And I know my people are going to be winning. Black people are going to be winning. So yeah, it's sad for her, but I think it's not sad for her. And I'm not saying, and I'm not coming here, guys, to bash her. She said her story, but the fact that she still does not grasp or understand the fact that she was part of DEI, that's where I draw the line. I'm like, okay, that's entitlement. That's entitlement, and you don't even understand the struggles that people have to go through to access places. And if you didn't know that you are an inclusive person in a place where you clearly saw that you are the only woman and you're still shocked about it, there is nothing to say about that. There is literally nothing to say about that. But yeah, guys, that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think about this. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.